morning from Fontana. I'm Betsy Wong, and this is David Baldwin sitting across the table. We have a really interesting, intriguing, and special concert coming up on October 28th. David, tell us about this. This is your brainchild.
Yeah, so this is Stephanie Blythe, who is a very famous American mezzo-soprano. Many people may be familiar with her from the Metropolitan Opera simulcasts. But she's sung all over the world in all the most important opera houses and is really just a force of nature, really. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman and singer. And she's doing a very interesting program. It's called America Sings, and it's Tin Pan Alley songs.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So a lot of it is from the 1920s. And, you know, if you looked at it on paper, you might say, I've never heard of any of these. But actually, when you hear the songs, it's like you've known these things since you were a child, you know. And the way it works is that she sings all of the verses, which are virtually unknown to most people. But all the refrains of the songs, she will teach first and then encourage the audience to participate and sing as well. It will be a lot of fun, I'm sure.
Oh, it sounds great. I'm one of those people that if I'm in church and they're singing a hymn, I'm just kind of mouthing along the words. I play the flute, but I am not a singer except in the shower and in my car. What if I'm uptight about that?
I think, you know, with all the people participating, with all the cacophony going on around, you could sing at the top of your lungs and still not be heard by the rest. Not to mention how big and her voice is, you know. I think people should be encouraged to sing whether they feel that they're a singer or not.
Fantastic. How will I know the words? How will I know what to sing?
So she has program guides, basically, as she comes with all the lyrics and, you know, a little background of each of the songs, and so that's all set up, so it'll all be there.
Fantastic. How did you meet Stephanie?
I met her when I was a student at Tanglewood back in the early 90s, and I remember just going to a recital of hers. I didn't know her at the time, and I went to this recital and was absolutely just blown over with the beauty of her voice. And I remember thinking, oh, now I understand what they mean by colors in music, because she just had so much of that color palette available to her, even back then. You know, we were in our early 20s. And so I remember her final recital at Tanglewood that summer. I just gathered any person that I knew, and I was like, you need to go to this. You have to hear this woman. It's amazing. And sure enough, 2 years later, we both wound up at ICM Artists, me in the management side, and she as a client and artist. I didn't manage her personally. I wasn't in the vocal division, but so our paths have crossed throughout the years, and she's just an amazing woman.
Oh, I'm just so glad that you could get her here. And this concert will be with piano, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And kind of off the subject, but is she the kind of person you'd like to go out for a beer with?
Absolutely. In fact, I've gone out with her to have a beer. She and her husband are just extraordinarily generous and fun people. He is a retired boxer.
Oh, not a musician.
Not a musician, retired boxer. And they often don't fly. They often drive through for hours and hours and hours to each engagement that she has. And they're just obviously so in love, and that love comes through.
Oh, that's fantastic. Really looking forward to that. Stephanie Blythe, Sing America on October 28th at Dalton Recital Hall at 7:30 p.m. Be there.